na 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 na. Say the way them be left the power to murder, not to say it. Plenty youth they smoke and go mad. Try they not to say be there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say be there. The way politics them spoil we try they I say not to say be there. The way my dad they fly plenty, the other part not to say be there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say be there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say there. But not to say be there. 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 Yeah, they pulling back politics, fight each and every day. Not to so we been there. Not to so we been there. DJ Box, the battle, can get on my and my brewer. Not to so we been there. Not to so we been there. Put out on board, they travel run, come back and village people know they get chance. Not to so if I the mommy they dance at TikTok and people want talk. Una left and I saw you one day. Green and red been the bind, green and red been the dine. But now not to so it day. Benny start the drive, glass teeth they up, the voters they suffer. Not to so for day. The mommy getting artists, the bar getting artists, the other bar getting artists for day. You know for talk through then quick for jail you. Violate your rights, bro. Not to so you been there. 2023, I wonder how we are go there. Now before you get job, before somebody say not to so be there. 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 Listen, governor for making investors run away. We for encourage them not to show you been there. Kai Kamara one coach John Kista. Paddy play football set much not to show you been there. You want talk plenty, you not score plenty. You don't crest, not to show Kalom been there. We baby be sad they cheat but not to show a day. I not say not to all been there, not to show we there. But and see God there we must stay like how been there. And now been there we must stay like how been there. The way this family they talk, the other family not to show been there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say there. But not to so be there. 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 Y'all not seen a child salon day, not to show me day. The way our salon be there today, not to show you day. Woo! What da? Bojo, Bojo. Crying out, baby. It's your mark. The guy will die, he will smile. Red flag, baby. All day. Woo! Leon, one love. Alright? Take the challenge. Tell man and say not to so for day. Not to so salon for day. Alright?
Alman on the mix.
Favorite rapper, King Buzz. The voice of the voiceless. I'm here.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Today is the 22nd of January 2022. Time now is 4 minutes past 7. And this evening we're going to talk. It's literally before I introduce what we're going to talk about today is a ladies in charge. Today is myself and my beautiful comrades Fatia. So very soon she'll come and introduce herself. But again, we have two wonderful gentlemen that will be our guests this evening. But again, I think I'll leave that for my comrade Fatia to do that after she has introduced herself. Fatia, please come on.
Thank you very, very much. The one and only Sweet Bonita, no duplicates. The one and only. Thank you very much, comrades. Like Sweet Bonita says, my name is Fatia. I'll be co-hosting with Sweet Bonita today, and we've got fabulous people online for you to ask questions. We want you to join the conversation. And we also want you to share the live. Please, guys, share the live. We want to reach a wider audience. Please, please share the live. Tell your friend to tell a friend and tell a friend and tell a friend. Thank you very much. I'll pass you back on to Sweet Bonita.
Okay, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This evening we will have the first guest we're going to have is a former immigration minister leader. That's Mr. Khalifa Kroma Esquire. Mr. Khalifa, please come live.
Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Good evening.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And secondly, we have our Reading and Oxford chairman, which is Mr.
And secondly, we have our
Chairman Senesi. Would you want to come live and introduce yourself? Okay. And Chairman Senesi is not yet with us, so very soon he'll be with us. But as I've said, the first guest we have in the studio right now. Okay, Chairman Senesi is here. Chairman Senesi, please, do you want to introduce yourself, sir?
Yeah, good evening, everyone. And my name is Sanusi Koroma. I'm the current outgoing chair for the Reading and Oxford region. Welcome. I'm happy to be around tonight. And thanks a lot for the ladies. And it's nice to see the ladies. I'm chairing the meeting tonight.
Thank you. You're mostly welcome.
And ladies and gentlemen, to all our viewers, please, 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 Commodore Wankasu is still with us. Don't think he has gone anywhere, but we've just decided to say, you know what, today is a Women's Day, so we're going to deal with this. Owankasu, good evening, and all our viewers, please stay tuned. Hopefully, maybe if he's available, Owankasu will come and say hello so that you know we haven't done anything to him. He's right behind us, and he's happy for us sharing. So, Comrade Fatia, do you want to start with the first question this evening with our wonderful guest?
Yes. I'm going to start with Mr. Khalifa. Thank you very much for joining us, comrade. We are very proud you're here today. And thank you for making the effort at such notice. You know, I give you very short notice. Thank you so much for coming. So how do you feel today, you know, by two women presenting the show?
Fantastic, actually.
And also, comrade Sanusi, how do you feel as well? Two women presenting the show.
Extraordinary.
Oh, fantastic. I'm very much welcome. Mr. Khalifa, do you want to introduce yourself to, you know, if you can just say as well, a little thing about yourself. So for people who are joining us for the first time today, so they know who you are, do you mind introducing yourself?
Yeah, okay. Well, my name is Alpha Khalifa Koroma. I'm a lawyer by profession, and I was once a senior police officer in the Sierra Leone Police Department in Sierra Leone, and also subsequently I became the country's chief immigration officer for 10 years, and I've worked for various institutions in the UK and Sierra Leone, and currently I'm based in the United Kingdom. That's all I've got to say for myself.
Thank you very much. The first question I want to ask you, Comrade Khalifa, most of you have seen our flyers. You know, when I don't see the poster where we release, I'll be talking Creole and English. I'm going to have to apologize. You know, I don't get able to keep on straight Creole. I know I've been told off, but I'm just going to manage and try my best. Most of you don't see the poster that we produced. We have a photo there. So, Mr. Khalifa, you're a very experienced politician. You've been around for a very, very long time. You know, we all learn from you. You just want to tell me a small thing about that photo, because that was the key point of our show today. Anything you want to tell me about that picture? Just the basic for now.
Point of correction, actually, you know, I probably may have been slightly outside of the domain of politics, watching the behavioral patterns of the politicians, the way the politicians do things and all the rest of it, because we are all have been learning as to how this political game is being played in my country. So I think I have not actually been into the mainstream politics, but I've just been a technocrat and a professional legal practitioner in my life. So, but because of the fact that I had worked for can you hear me?
Yeah,
Hello?
yeah.
Okay, the fact that I had worked for a government that has been in power for 10 years, it's difficult to say I have not been actually rubbing my skins and my shoulders with politicians and things like that. So, and I'm pretty sure I've been contributing in some political lectures as well in the country and being together with the politicians. So, looking at what I've seen when I'm at the basis of this, chat today, I think it makes a whole lot of difference really for watching and seeing the one they will actually want to be, our future leaders in Sierra Leone. And I think it makes a very good reading because, photograph speaks 1,000 words. You could see how, good looking these guys are that I want to be the wannabes of the country. And I'm pretty sure, let us all just pray for a level playing field. And because we don't know how we get into the discussion properly, all I have to say for now is looking at the way we want to arrange them phases there, we really want for lead the future of our country. I think to say it is good for us to be able to pay attention and listen to the questions when they bring to us along the way before giving meaningful contributions. That's all I have to say.
Okay, thank you very much. Comrade Senesi, do you want to introduce yourself as well, please? Just tell us a little bit about yourself. I know Sweet Bonita's done that, but if you're able to just give me, more insight of who that you be.
Yeah, thank you very much, Fatia, sorry. My CV is not as flamboyant and glorious like my colleague or my comrade, Khalifa. But having said that, I've performed in many roles so far up till date. Once I did head one of a community project called Connecting Communities for the Home Office, and during that time, I served religiously, and more so again, I was once a stakeholder governor for at the Royal Berkshire Hospital for years before actually going to study as a social worker. At the moment, I'm a qualified social worker and an approved mental health professional, and I've served in that role for the past 10-15 years. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm still a mental health professional working for West Berkshire Council. Yeah, and that's in a brief summary. That's me, and have been chairman for the Reading and Oxford branch for the past, let's say nearly 10 years now. Yeah, so I've been here. So that's me. In a nutshell, that's me.
Thank you very much. I just want to say, thank you very much, comrades. I just want to say also, to the guests online, please send your message through the chat. If you want to ask any of we comrade any message, please, what related to what will they talk today now? Please, I'm not afraid for put it on the chat. Me and Sweet Bonita go highlight her, and we go pass the message on to the comrades who are more specialized in whatever we're going to talk about today. So please send in your message through the chat, and we will highlight it for our comrades to answer the question as well. Like I said as well, Comrade Sanesi, just give us a little brief of the photo that we had on our flyers, on our poster. Just a little bit, just like a little touch.
Yeah, very, very, very interesting. I'm not as fortunate as my colleague Khalifa to rub shoulders with some of the top brands as colleagues. But however, this is not new to us. This is not new to us at all. The photo we've seen, I think this is the second time. The only thing is the dimension at which it's taken now is different, because I think this one, it's really a special invitation by our former president, His Excellency President Nkrumah. The last time President Nkrumah did something similar to this was in one of the conventions, wherein he actually summoned all of them. He called all of them, and he actually said to them, for the crowd to see them, and then he said to them, if the party they get any problem, not them prepare, but then because the problem all party they get. And we've seen over the years up till now, there are so many issues, so many problems cropping up so far. Right now, this at which we are, the grassroots, and everybody is jittering because we don't know where we are going. So if we see a photo like this, wherein the former president, who is our former chairman, he summon them all again, and they all go. They all decide for seats together and get this photo shot with a center we. I think, yeah, we have to say, well, maybe there is some inroad here. Maybe people will not begin understand with the magnitude or the enormity of the problem within the create. So to me, it's a good thing. The picture itself, there is some hope. Yes, still I have some apprehension about it, but again, it's good. So yeah, we'll therefore talk about this picture and let's try for dissect what in the picture means and what are the implications of that picture and waiting now the outcome of that picture. That's what's discussed there. Waiting the outcome. What is the commitment of those involved, those who are in that picture? What is their commitment and how are they really, really ready to commit themselves to whatever they've agreed on?
Okay, I'll just pass you over to Sweet Bonita.
That's my main take.
Thank you very much, comrade. Sweet Bonita, over to you.
Good evening again, our viewers. Please, and Moisin, we need to speak English. Please, to our guests, we'll be very grateful if you guys can do this in Creole, because I think myself and Fatia, it's not like we can't speak, but we'll struggle to fluently go with this. So please forgive us. But it would be nice if you guys would be able, definitely, the wonderful gentleman, to speak Creole for our viewers. I'm sure Fatia is going to try for us to do something. Because, you know, Fatia, the question that we're asking regarding this photo, I'm thinking, again, Chima highlighted that this is not the first time. Because one thing we need to know is this thing has happened before. That was prior to 2018 general election. They were having same meetings back and forth, and at the end we start asking questions. But again, we'll leave it to the guests to also come and really tell us more of what is going on, because at this stage, again, some of the people or some of the aspirants are saying if it's not them, they will not repeat what happened in 2018. Just making sure that, like, again, qualifier have access or will be able to have access to them, to let them know that we need to move forward as a party. This is something that we should not put our party into ransom, because at the end of the day, the party will suffer. Whatever decisions they take, it's going to suffer our party, and we want to be in governance come 2023. So, Mr. Qualifier, I don't know, based on what has happened before, do you think that's going to repeat itself? Or is there any way you will be able to speak to some of these aspirants, if not all, on the way forward? Because again, we're in opposition, all of us are suffering.
Well, Sweet Bonita, I think we get a sense of symmetry. That is to say, as to whether or not it happened the last time, it get to happen again, we really get to look at it from a positioned view to make sure that if it gets happen again, it will cost we the political fortunes we seek for. If not get to happen again, waiting will be with chances of winning the elections in June. We might see the same faces and we don't show interest to become flag bearers. It is not just seeing them in matter, but how very well politically nurtured each and every of them guys there were able to make a difference when, if we eventually get to win the elections. Secondly, there was, blame when Mr. Samura Kamara, Dr. Samura Kamara was chosen. We make lots of people feel to say it dampened the spirits of most of the aspirants. We get for talk to them, supporters them for say, well, because they not choose me, let anybody go say one for go. Again, that cost we political fortunes as well. Is it going to be the same, or the methodology will change? Whether or not it's not going to be a hand-picked situation anymore than if it's going to be a general elections at a convention as to who that get for win the votes. So from all rigmarole, what don't happen in and out of the political party that we consider to be the winning party, I think, to be honest with you, it is good for there be no further blame to be accredited to one particular individual and feel to say that him being caused all of this. And that is His Excellency, Dr. Ernest Koroma. But since he did not submit apologies to the people, therefore say, whatever mistakes he don't do, let them forgive him. This time round, it's going to be a level playing field. There's nothing wrong for anybody come forward for one to be a flag bearer. These are all very fine gentlemen. Despite, the flaws that each and everybody get, nobody is actually a perfect human being. But make them give chance to the one they will strongly believe, say, look, but if this man is competent for making go able for lead way, you don't understand. It gets what it takes. All we want really. We want a paternalistic kind of leadership. Somebody who feels, say, if we choose them, it go able to treat each and everybody within the APC party as one family member. We go able to deliver, and that delivery, which the himself will get in return, now respect and loyalty. So that by having such paternalistic leadership, everybody we get for join the bandwagon of the team will be given, a target of responsibilities. We're going to make the country go. And that is why Ernest Koroma succeeded in the first term of 5 years. He brought people with different kinds of knowledge, professional experiences, and everything. We make administration stable, fruitful, and productive, really. To such an extent, even those on the opposite side of the political divide, when they really make those types of comments for say, who say Ernest Koroma succeed, now and the men that we get where they head the MDAs, the ministries, departments, and agencies that are really well grounded in what they do. So that they could be able to pull the name. But be that as it may, if this time around we go able to understand, say, but let's look at myself introspectively. I fit to be president. I go able to turn things around. Look, now for land for say, do you know what? Okay, we don't form ourselves into this group, but let us for one reason or the other, in the interest of the party, and as to the way things stand now, for make we go able for really outwit and outmaneuver this current administration, or bear and support one particular individual. Or if we go at convention, if at all I lose, make I accept the winner. So I'm prepared to work with it. I think to say, Sweet Bonita and Fatia, if me reach up to this extent, where we now want for make I give me own, perspective on the various types of guys who they see, we want the leadership. I think this is all that I have to say. And first of all, let me just make a point clear. Me and Sanusi, when I don't invite we into this program, for make we can hold positions at the party in the future. Because I see some people in the qualified say they're no longer qualified to handle any position in the APC. I don't think the commentator really understand what's in the essence, of this particular, program where we organize for the hearing and seeing of all men within and outside of the country. That's much for now. I hold up the brief for now.
Thank you very much, Comrade Khalifa. Mr. Sanusi, is there anything you like to add to what Mr. Khalifa say, or agree or disagree?
Well, no, there's nothing where I would disagree with. The problem is a self-created problem. Not to today, not to yesterday. This problem spring up. This problem has been brewing from the last election, where Khalifa rightly referred to. Yes, President Koroma actually acknowledged the fact, say he made a mistake, and he apologized. he tried to correct the mistake where he make. But yet still, a lot of people who actually participated in that election, with that convention, they were still aggrieved. Because some people feel say, this is now laid down something for them, and eventually then they unpick somebody where they're not being expect say that person there for the. Okay, let's move away from that. Now, the past 4 years, we don't see what you want to go through, what you party don't go through. At this point in time, we are stagnated. And to me, the problem we'll get now within ourselves. People within our ranks, that's not the problem there. Now, if we can get an array of 15 individuals where they all divide for be our flag bearer, which is fine in the democratic process, yes, you open the floor for everybody, for let them try the luck. But Khalifa mentioned something. Whatever you do, it's always nice for some to do a self-reflection, a self-assessment. You look at yourself, you assess yourself, and say, do I see a chance? Do I have the pedigree to actually lead this party and lead my country? Yes. Something they take to you, say, you might say, oh yes, I think so. But I believe say, for in the way how things are at the moment and where we are as a party, most of those candidates will see that photo short stay. Some of them, yes, we know say people throw their hat to ring with the hope say, if I not succeed, but yet still my name will be out there to say I was one of the the flag bearers. Of course, the party is there to unite we all. Whoever emerges as the winner will be more than willing to embrace everybody. They'll all come together and work. But at the moment, what they see is this. Is this a genuine thing where people we don't see that as a photo shoot? We look at the timeline from where we are at the moment to where we get for go. It's a very, very short period of time. And as you all know, we don't get dates for when we for actually submit the name of the nominees for flag bearer and all the other agents or the other positions. And up till now, we are still stagnated here. This photo shoot, they all sign up. They all put the signature to it, which is a declaration, a statement, also a statement they make. And in that statement, declaration, they make, quite frankly, as comrades of the APC, is to embrace each other and respect one another. In addressing, they clearly say, in addressing the flag bearer situation. So, us supporters, people and the grassroots themselves, they're going to look at that statement there. A lot of people will scrutinize that statement what they make. Because give you any hope, say, some of them are really committed to the declaration what they make. Yes, we have problems within, and we don't recognize, say, yes, the problems are also the creator within ourselves. But some of these candidates, I know they said they get no supporters them, we not go just dismiss like that. No, it's unfair. But when they don't begin come together on a round table, let them all sit down, let them all examine themselves. I mean, we don't have to be not that we see ourselves in any way. Because one of the things that we then get for actually assess or the self-reflection, we then get for make, we then go out there, the rapturous response when they get from the people, the grassroots, that's now indicator. That's not a whole indicator for sure say, well, actually, we get somebody who gets or 2-3 people among us, we actually stand out. Why can't we give them a chance? Why can't we all come together for in the interest of the party and we country as a whole? Let me say, okay, for now, me at the step aside, let this individualism we actually we don't see say yes, the grassroots, because the grassroots needs to be sensitized. And some of us, yes, we are educated enough to actually, weigh things, the pros and cons, and look at things objectively and critically in many ways. But out there, the ordinary people out there is not the same. And we have to recognize that.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Sanusi. This message now for Comrade Khalifa. Somebody, Delwyn Thomas, asked a question. I'm not sure if Mr. Khalifa, you want to read the question or you see and for if you can able give us a direct answer to that particular question.
Well, why make, they still need EBK? Why does the party need EBK to knock their heads together? Don't they have the ability to resolve the issues? I think to say every of these wannabes get the ability to be able to resolve the issues only if they to come together and probably, try to attenuate the responsibilities of the former president. Because by looking up to him, it's like then they add up, you understand, and tap within Mr. EBK to do in Africa today. But I don't know whether some of them not able to stand on their own, pass them go hang heads with Mr. EBK, or probably each and every one of them they expect for make you give them a note of approval. I don't know. We still accept the fact that he is a very important personality because he don't lead party for nearly 40 years and he don't be president of the country. It's just difficult, to just say, hey, we'll let EBK go sit down. No, it is absolutely incorrect. But he go able for daily now as a statesman, like we don't accept him for be a statesman, but say like once in a while where they all can gather, it can able for throw a word of advice, like what you don't do just recently. And that within followed that again, by my understanding, he gave instruction to Minkailu and Ceres, them and they gather them all again, at least for let them show understanding and for them to come together so that, this business of winning the elections not going to be. Now, him bring about the communique where they all don't sign. But whether it was a communique for them to have like one particular individual or for them to have to go to the convention, their variations, different interests, it remains to be seen. But whatever happens, I am pretty sure, minus the EBK factor, if only people then do understand, like I did say, don't take an introspect, examinations of themselves. I would say, okay, but you know what? But look, make we all come together and agree for make one person lead way. Look, leadership, it takes age, it takes education, it takes experience, it takes acknowledgement, it takes recognition, it takes, paternalism. All of these things, leadership, they look into them. And they always me don't see. I am not in favor of any one of them. But realistically and objectively speaking, I'm pretty sure if the bandwagon, is given to Dr. Samura Kamara, I believe, say, it is highly likely to say, good get for come out of it. Why? Because of his age, because of his long standing as a professional, financial experts, both within and without the country. And the man, he don't serve all the governments that we think of. And he don't gain recognition internationally. I am not touting Dr. Samura Kamara, but I'm just giving an example as to the kind of understanding one thing to say, all of these guys that are able to forget for say, okay, you know what? Despite the flaws of the individual, we don't get flaws. We don't get problems. But let us all come together and say, okay, no, bruh, you're not the big one. I'll give you the chance. So that all of these could be sorted out. That's how me believe, say, the question we this gentleman asked, it could be handled safely without any difficulties at all. But if we feel to say, after all, me better pass that man, they don't defeat it better pass that. Now, so they get for go up to February, we're supposed to get, a flag bearer and for all go win the elections? Or can some of them choose not to want to have the APC winning the elections simply because of the selfish end of the individual? Look, some of us are outside the country today because of the stance that we took for criticizing this government. That's why some of us are outside of the country. Not for anything. We not get no problem at all. We say when I say qualify Kuruma and named the commission of inquiry or white paper, but just because we stood firm and oppose this administration. You understand? In the interest of the party. So therefore, make them man there, resolve the differences, and go to Ernest Koroma for say we don't resolve with differences, and them allowing him for make it choose for them. Choosing for them again, it could result to the same thing like how we missed the opportunity the last time. Thank you very much.
Okay. Thank you very much, Comrade Khalifa. Mr. Senesi, anything you want to add to that before I pass you over to Sweet Bonita, to that particular question on the screen?
Yes. Just one or two words there. I mean, the question itself: why does the party need still needs EBK? Of course, in any situation where they try for mediate or try for bring people together, you need somebody where command respect, somebody where people all those involved are ready to listen to and willing to actually take whatever recommendations they make. If I don't touch on almost everything there about EBK in track record, very glorious, and up till now Africa will all see what they do. And within the party itself, people still respect him. People still know say he holds the key. What I mean by that, in the fact that whatever it is try to do or say goes a long way. So if people, if EBK arrange with Minkailu and the others, the elders at the party, say, okay, let's summon them people here, let's try for talk, because the problem is still there and it's still looming. And the differences are so great, nobody know and stand aside, nobody know and make sacrifice for the others. Others in the field say, before we go before, let all team toil. And rumor is rife that, even though me, I know they sort of take social media, whatever they in social media, as something when a gospel truth. So me, it's just a pinch of salt. But we get rumors for say, yes, the SLP don't infiltrate into the people who they fight for leadership. I'm not saying there is any evidence there to substantiate whatever they say on social media, but the actions of some of them we lead that they are where they vie for leadership. See none of them were really ready for come out, stand up and say, okay, now listen, gentlemen. Okay, if we don't want EBK involved or any of the elders involved, call them say we 20 don't throw we out in the ring. Me are ready for sacrifice, but I want to all stand and let make sure say the rest of the APC supporters there, let them see we and then know how genuine we are. Let them decide. So to me, some of them are actually believe say they're not ready to compromise, really, because it is very clear. This is February, this is January. We are almost coming towards the end of January, and we don't see say there are so many ones where tomorrow PPRC then get for resolve some Justice Fisher then get in we get for decide on. So we are stagnated. What time do we have? This is about us regrouping, getting ourselves prepared to fight an election. If EBK is a very strong force there, for reason some of them will problem, I feel say yes, let's use him because he's one of us. And if he says anything wrong for EBK for intervene and try for bring people in together for let them resolve their differences and let them move forward. You see, things are really moving towards an area wherein even we, the ordinary supporters at the diaspora and back home, people are beginning to sit back and ask ourselves, are we really ready for this? Are we really ready for this? And that question there, and no one let revibrate into the minds of the ordinary supporters, and we all. Let the people when are the flag bearers, yes, they all get supporters, yes, they all get their own whatever ideas they get. People don't formulate how they want to move, who they want to work with. We agree with that. But for now, in the interest of the party, me believe say yes, EBK has to play a very, very significant role, and I make it call the other elders. Let they all sit down and try to bring people together and decide where to go next.
Okay, thank you very much. I'll just pass it over to Sweet Bonita.
I think again, thank you so much to our guests because the other question that is up was regarding if the flag bearers will come together as a unit. That's from Mo Bangura. But one thing again, I think the two gentlemen have already answered is saying they need to do a self-examination to see if they are well. And again, among the rest that have come out, I think also a name was mentioned, which was Dr. Samura Mara, to be for that particular position. But again, if you looked at the second question after that, the gentleman says some of them that have just opt out, it's just for recognition, for position when the party won. So again, they have, or they know that they will not succeed, but just for people to be aware of them and says, okay, when we come into governance, because they wanted to be a flag bearer or they wanted to be the president, they didn't. So let's give them X, Y, and Z position. But I wanted to ask our guest, would that be a very good thing? Because one thing is, people needs to merit positions that they are having. I think this thing of somebody just being pushed down to one position because of the kind of relationship they have, it should stop. Because I'm sure our March 7 new constitution says it's now about elections. So is that going to be a way forward for us to move? Because again, as Chimesenesi said, it is their right. But again, they need to do a self-examination, because you can look at yourself and say, well, I don't think really I can succeed at this point. Or even if I am to succeed, I don't think this is the right time. I need to wait. So again, that's coming to our guest. If by any chance, one of the questions that the people are asking, if it's just for recognition at this point, because as we said, if they've done a self-examination, we are sure most of them will not be coming forward for this particular position, because it's not a very small one. And again, going back to Dell's question about EBK, I think there is no way we can mention the word APC without mentioning the words EBK, because this is a man that have served us for the past 10 years. And yet there was nothing that, because again, we are even seeing his work has speak so much of himself now, what he's doing within the African region. He is the only man going round in Africa and telling them what it's about, making peace. We know how he took over our country and what he made it into. And with the current administrations, we know we should not be just dwelling in it. The current administration are not good for our country. So how anybody want to do something good for our country without calling the name of the former president, His Excellency, and his microman? There is no way. So for me, if I was just there, I would not even highlight Dell's question, because it's like it wasn't really for that. So back to you, Fatia.
Okay, comrades, I get one particular question for us. This question, if Comrade Khalifa can answer for us the first time, first, and then obviously Comrade Tennessee, is the APC party losing its touch? Please, Mr. Khalifa, over to you.
Look, the APC party is not losing its touch, and it will never lose its touch, because what happened, the APC party is the party of the hoi polloi, the party of the underdogs, the party of the common man, the party of the people. And the forces of all of these people were the fit for this party. You could see the number of lives that have been lost already. You could see those that are incarcerated. You could see those that have been punished unnecessarily. You could also see those that are outside of the country, as a result of their stance in the political party. With all of these forces put together, and look at the plethora of, men and women that are vying to come and fight for positions under the aegis of this new constitution that has been prepared for the APC, that has been drawn for the APC. I don't think the party is losing touch at all, because the people then get love for this party. They see us in a credible party. They see the party were capable of making deliverables for the people of the country. Then see and say there has been lots of evidences to pinpoint, how the developmental trajectory of the country ever since the days of Sheikh Stevens, Momo, and Ernest Koroma, don't they go? Except even those in the opposition, no one will say anything good about it. But again, it doesn't even mind because the evidences are all there to be seen. So the party is not really losing touch. I strongly believe, say, the one that now we want to be, now they forget the courage. Now they forget, the mentality for saying, no trouble, them people there. Let no feel like they lose touch. The people then they die for the people don't let the party. Look at them in any part of the country, east, west, north, and south. When you see the people and they make move behind the party, they go be impressed for say the party is not losing touch, other than by saying that the wannabes they want for lose touch. So they pray for let it all come together so that them and the party go work in earnest for let the people then be very well pleased.
Thank you very much. Over to you, Comrade Sanusi. Could you answer that question for me, please?
Yeah.
Is the APC party losing its touch?
The simple answer is no. In fact, it's quite the opposite. And you can sense the enthusiasm, the zest, the spirit of fighting is in the people. They go through a lot of bottlenecks, and people are determined. People are ready. People are making sacrifices. Let's forget about everything that happened now. Statistically, let's look at it from this way. APC are the largest party in Salon because he embraced almost every other aspect, every nationality, every tribe in Salon. APC embraced almost every tribe. It's the largest party in Sierra Leone. The biggest problem we'll get is within. And that's 90 what we development. Seriously. Now, Sweet Bonita mentioned something in a comment we make about some of these people that are in the try for gain recognition. This is not new. Even in well-developed countries, we see them. When you get rivals, they will not fight for the same position. When one win, they always try for make sure say he call the others, he embrace everybody, because I believe say all of those contenders there for flag bearership, they are all professionals in their own right. They all don't serve in their own capabilities. They are all experienced. So wherever they put anyone, then I believe say then go able to deliver and do them diligently. So I don't have any doubts about that, because what we want to do in this case, in this instance, is a spirit of oneness. Bring everybody come together. Qualify mention about where EBKB win the first LNC. The people that we choose, the people that are professional technocrats in their own right, and they serve rightfully. And at that make we see progress happen in Saloon. Not in this case wherein we see square pegs in round holes because of tribal affiliation and those sort of things. Now moving from that, yes, some of them rightfully, I believe, say that they do this for gain recognition. That's just a political game. We're not run away from that. But for say APC, they lost touch or they become very unpopular. No, my dear comrades, in fact it's the opposite. People are well enthused. People are ready to fight. One of the biggest problem we get here at the moment is the fact that one, the FCLPP then gets think tanks where they don't set everything, and they fall into them traps. And when we fall into them traps, with open arms, they are ready to take on board and then delay the process. And that's what they experience all along. This delay in the process. Wherever we try to make a move, now within us, somebody go and make a petition, they delay the process. We APCians need to have this in mind, that the enemy is out there waiting for us. We don't set the trap in. And the trap, it waits for each and every one of us. Let us step to that trap there. Then, to them, it's glorious. It's glory. So we for re-examine ourselves. We for really sit down back and re-examine ourselves. Do we really want to regain power? So it come 2020. The answer is yes. Some people have to sacrifice. Yes, things might not go your way. You might feel, say, well, no, I'm not really happy about waiting on God. It should have been me. But in the interest of the party, forgo everything, because time is of essence now. Time, we don't have time.
Well,
we don't have time. So we are
exactly
even more popular than before. Yeah.
Exactly, Comrade Senator. So you saying that, say, some people then they use this as recognition. You go feel say these delay tactics where some of them they play, they make some of we, the APCians, both home and abroad, they become restless, they lose touch, or they become frustrated. Feel so all this party politics where people they play. You don't you think this is making us restless as APCians, as voters, for people who want change? Do you think this is causing us restlessness? Because people then they play party politics.
We are frustrated. The frustration, the restlessness is very palpable. Let nobody not tell you lie. The frustration is there, and people now begin to sit down and sit back and question themselves and question the whole hierarchy and the whole organ of the APC itself. Where are we? Where are we heading for? For a long time, for 4 years, we not get no mechanism in place. We not get any high. I can always use this word. We not get any high command in place for actually lead us. There are certain decisions for they make at the initial stages where you're not involved, but nobody seems to be in control. And this is the case up to now. Even when they form a committee, that the committee is divided, and that is frustrating. That is a setback. That's a put off for most of we supporters. Them, it's not good. Now, some of the issues we really get for address is this now, because at the moment, it's about us really re-examining ourselves. Now, the Salon are the only country where I don't see the court is so involved for letting them determine and direct the way our political parties then they operate, then they do their operations. We're all in the UK here. There are so many internal frictions between the Labour Party and the Conservative Party. But the courts until it comes to a criminal issue, then the court intervenes. I mean, qualify is not legal, luminary. You go actually come into that and explain that. But in Sierra Leone, almost every little thing, then they take we party to court. And the idea there, when you look at the court, you look at the PPRC, you look at the ECSL, it's all the composition is all SLPP. 95% of the composition. People when they make decisions within those organs, now the party that they work for. Some of them believe, say, if this party come on power, I don't have a job. That not the mentality is ingrained in them, and we pay into that. So some of them, yes, then they actually appear to the public as impartial, but no, there's no impartiality there. There is no level playing field there. For every little small thing where somebody raised, then they hold on to them, then they use the delay tactics for destabilize us. We are destabilized. Nobody not tell you lie, because up till now, people are frustrated. People are really hungry. People don't know whether really what is all this fighting for. Where are we going? We don't get no sense of direction.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Senator. Mr. Comrade Qualifier, you want to add anything to that? The frustration within us as APCers and also people who long for change? If you say all this playing politics are, causing us great frustration.
It's causing us great frustration, actually, because the thing is, the current administration is so afraid, you don't understand, of this party, and because of that, then they do everything possible for instill fears in the participants of the All People's Congress Party. This concept of, sore loserism. Should we lose, what is going to happen to us? Because we don't begin for the misbehaved pandemic there. We don't abrogate the Constitution. We don't follow the rule of law properly. We don't incarcerate people in a jail. People in a court, we're not supposed to be in a court. So many instances, and they will be able to pinpoint. We don't make the court totally, a political party court. We don't make the PPRC a political party institution. We don't make the police a political party institution. Every institution belongs to the current administration. Look, if not so because of the courage with the high power of the party then gets, APC would have become a disintegrated organ by now. Or not for me, even they see that kind of a moves there, who they take, who they see, the young men that they
you are breaking, Chief Qualifier.
Oh, Adam, hello, can you hear me?
Yes,
Hello?
yes, perfectly.
Okay. We're not even to see this kind of great enthusiasm from the young ones, them, from the middle-aged and the older ones. They want to make this party stand. So yes, it is not only the behavior of us now, the party, they add up to the frustration, but most importantly, the government in power. You understand? Because then they afraid for lose. Now they make them they tighten the bolts and not tighten the strings. For say that way, if we don't do this, if we lose, then it means all who don't bring come illegitimately for can work into the institutions there. When I not get anywhere, person I just get for go. So yes, the frustration, like my brother don't mention, is there. But Fatia and Sweet Bonita, don't you think that time is of the essence? One thing that I know, Kwame Nkrumah was in jail. I didn't put I can be the president of prime minister then or president then of Ghana. Jomo Kenyatta, all of these people, or Mecca go able to forgive you the extent to which even the legal system, if it is contorted, if it is politicized, the will of the people go surmount all of those difficulties. So even if they frustrate we, then take Samura, put in a jail. If we don't say that's the real McCoy, wait for this country to prominence, believe me, we will go into the convention. We still vote, even if it's in a jail. We'll go at elections, we win the election, then Pule can be president. These things have happened in the past. If people can read, then go know it in a try for talk about. Nelson Mandela. Now from jail, then pull him. You don't understand. Then can become president of South Africa. So these are the kind of things we need to educate our people for fight against the frustrations so that people then go believe, then go get confidence, and then go trust, the political party. So the one day we want to be, let them make some reflections into all of these examples. These are all evidences as to the fact that nothing is impossible. We're not going to look for the afraid an administration where they use coercive methods, coercive means for make will not resurface to the point that we'll go able for help, we fear go able for kill the party. It's not going to be possible. It's not going to work. And my prediction is, like I have done in June 2018, when these guys came to power. Nina, the first person will make the prediction, say we go archive all of these atrocities, abrogations of the Constitution, not following the rule of law. We'd already archive them. We don't get the case. We don't get the matter. We go put to the people and say, we want to see no more. Some of them they film, some then take today they film. So you need to be educated again. You need for say, well, I die for this purpose. You can die for a primary purpose. Others have died for it. Others are suffering for it, etc., etc. So I believe that if we ask this question, yes, indeed, the frustrations are there, but we can fight against those frustrations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Over to you, Sweet Bonita.
Thank you so much, Mr. Khalifa Kurma, because again, one of the other questions I wanted to put up is you've already touched on it, and I'm happy again that you've also given us the examples of other countries that a leader that everyone knew was more capable and competent of becoming a president was removed from jail to become a president. Because one of the questions here they'll ask again was, our party is not the most, apparently Samuel Kamara is not the most capable one. But again, if we are aware that Adrian Fisher is still holding him in court, and what will we do when we go into convention? So that question have been answered, because if as APC and we said it's going to be Samuel Kamara, then even if he's in jail, we'll still vote him in. when he wins, after everything, we bring him out to lead us as a president. So I'm sure Darwin Thomas will be very happy to hear that answer even before me bringing it forward. But again, one of the things that our viewers will always be saying, when it comes to SLP, from the day they came into governance, some of us have seen their attitude or their behavior will be worse. And indeed, they have showed it to the people of Sierra Leone. As APC, and I'm sure we should not be complacent to say, oh, they've done the hard work, but we should be able to work more harder and let the people of Sierra Leone know the only way forward, it has to be with the mighty APC. That is the only party that will succeed our country. And again, we need to put our party in order because, again, as before, Comrade Senator was saying, that people are petitioning their elections, and these are APCN against APCN. It's not even the one for court, for like, let's say, the opposition party. We are all aware that when Mother Bio was announced as a president, Dr. Samura did make a petition. Up to this day, that case has not been had. But our case is going back and forth. Again, this shows that the judiciary is on the president. Whatever he says is that's what they're doing. And again, when it comes to Samura case, all of us have looked at it. He has nothing to answer to, but he's still in cuff. There's postponement, there's adjournment, but he has nothing to answer to, but he's still holding to it. And this is why other comrades are saying, why is it has to be him? Why always him? But again, I'm happy based on our guest opinions, they've said what they have to say. And I'm sure if we're all very good, patriotic citizens of our country and we love our party, I'm sure the way forward for us right now will be Dr. Samura Kamara for the flag bearer or becoming the president of our country. Fatia.
Yeah. I've got one question. It's a quick question, really. It's for both comrades. You know, going back to the photo again, the McKinney photo and the and the Anas bichroma factor. Is this an advantage or disadvantage for us? That particular photo, is it a disadvantage? Is it bringing back, you know, did it bring back bad memories or good memory? What is the advantage behind that photo or the disadvantage? Please, Comrade Khalifa, could you please answer that question for me?
We are not hearing you. We are not hearing you. You break.
Okay, going back to the photo, the McKinney photo, that photo, what's the advantage and disadvantage about that photo?
You did break.
Me to get you actually.
Oh, okay. You hear me now, sir?
Oh dear.
Okay, Chairman Senator, you understand you hear the question I ask?
I think his volume is having an issue, so maybe we can just ask.
Fatia, you are Fatia, you're frozen.
Oh, am I?
No, Fatia is fine. I think
yes,
your
Am I still frozen?
Repeat what you said.
Okay, you know, going back to the photo, the photo, the McKinney photo on the poster. Waiting at the advantage and disadvantage behind that photo.
Now, would that the question go to first?
Sorry?
That's the
well, you want to say. Okay, yeah. To be honest with you, Fatia and Sweet Bonita, to be as far as I'm concerned, if we look at the pros and cons of that, then you know, would they open a space for let people begin sort of analyze things out of context. Now,
okay.
To me, waiting the photo show is show say yes, people are ready to come together. That's one big advantage. All the flag bearers, because I think say at this point in time, each and every one of them don't know say I use the word again. Time is not in our favor, and whatever ambition each and every one of them gets, is being laid according to the time we'll get now. So it's in their best interest for let them all come together and start to talk serious talk.
Okay.
Serious talk. They recognize the fact, say, yes, they are the causes. They are the causes of whatever we are going through. All of them are involved. Now, how are they ready to resolve this? I know they here, I know if you say are qualified enough for say each one of any of the candidates not qualify for this or not gets the right credential for leadway. That makes a democratic process. I always refer to this. It's very plain, not rocket science. When you look out there, the grassroots, when the rapport, the way how the grassroots they respond to each and every one of those candidates, it's in self-explanatory. Let me go with that. Let me go with that. So, to me, there are no disadvantages. EBK, yes, the EBK factor is very important because one, we careful look at the EBK in factor from a different perspective. Financially, the party money. You cannot win an election without money. That is out of question. You need money to win an election. Secondly, EBK command some sort of it get leverages, not outside Sierra Leone, not the international community. It can do things, it can able rally around, it can able meet the international community and say to them, look, Sierra Leone is going through a tumultuous period in our political history. Now, one of the most boring democracies after the war. Tony Blair tried a lot. Even the UK here, the British, they actually spent a lot of money for let them portray Sierra Leone as a role model, as the model, a showcase Sierra Leone for saying yes, democracy can prevail in Africa. I mean, it's all the all the other problems that we don't get. So Sierra Leone would have been a showcase. Unfortunately, we see steps from that, from Kaba and Eskroma to President Bio. Well, wait till they see the trend at which way President Bio put in government they go at the moment, they try to derail that. And I'm 100% sure the international community is not happy with that. Then they look, they sit back quietly, then they see what's going on in Sierra Leone. And when the time comes, I know say, they put it, Khalifa say, and no matter who side the flag bearer day, once now we don't choose as flag bearer, we will win. The largest party. When we regroup within a month, we can make a lot of difference. And the fear that we don't infuse into them. That fear makes them having sleepless nights. That fear is making them they think of all kind of a crook or any other way of actually stealing this election. So to me, as far as I'm concerned, to be honest, there are more advantages to that photo shoot than disadvantages.
Okay, thank you very much, Comrade Senesi. Few words from Mr. Khalifa, please, before we start rounding up.
Well, I just want to thank Comrade Senesi because in response to the question, it clearly don't depict a high sense of proportion, looking at what is mostly important as against what is not. That's exactly what he has done. And I hate to say that photo shoot is not important. And I would love to say it is very important in the sense that each and every one of them has similar ambition as of the other. The only thing was said and different, the levels, the knowledge, the professional achievements that didn't vary because everybody gets what we said he hold best than the other. But I think, like I rightly pointed out, it portrays superficial sense of unity, but at a more deep and complicated levels, it's different to understand within the docks where they afloat the river or the sea, they do within where they scattered water. And that is within the intent where each and every one of them get their heart regarding and plan for make it go into the race. But yes, now an important depiction of a true and ready, expectation of guys they were willing for make them show themselves say we are the APCNs. We want for make will go forge ahead, but we only the hope say they will come together and like I did say support one particular individual for make will defeat them guy there and let the party can't save the country. That's all.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Before we round up, I get one question. I'm a woman. Sweet Bonita is a woman. We're a woman of power. We're a woman into politics. What do you guys think of a female president or of vice president 2023 June for the APC to elect a female, either a female, flag bearer, vice? What do you guys think? Because I think it's about time, we women, we can step up, we can come in, What do you think? Honest opinion, Comrade Khalifa.
Right. Politics, as we see them in the 21st century, it's not only matriarchal, it can also be matriarchal. So in that regard, I will get the highest regard for any woman where they vie for power of the presidency for behave in a paternalistic way. What do I mean? As long as if she wins, it will able to take everybody into, the format of being a comrade for everybody, make provision for everybody. You understand? They don't under the sock bobby, they don't so the sock bobby. And at the end of the day, it provide the basic necessities where the country is supposed to forget. And then within we will be the lead, will give to that leadership day, not loyalty and respect. Yes, so me support for make we get any of una for lead the country as well.
Thank you very much. Comrade Sanusi, please answer that question. It's quite an important question.
Oh, of course, it's very important, Nami Unhumade, I get a very woman where Nami wife, so I can see the enthusiasm, I can see the willingness for let it push. I think so we don't move away from that idea or the ideology of women, therefore they are kitchen or women, therefore they are at the back. No more. We don't see them. Even among the candidates that wouldn't throw their hats in the ring right now, then we get one female candidate today. So that in itself will tell you, say, yes. Me, I go let APC take that special move. Whoever emerges as the flag bearer, let the onus be on him for consider a female runner as a running mate.
Thank you.
Because that would go a long way for sure. Say yes, the women really they don't play a significant role. And even now, I don't listen to a couple of them their upfront interviews when they interview the females. You sense the passion in them. You know, say them people, them women they are ready. Come with me, they are ready to fight. They're ready to sacrifice whatever they've got. And when you look at the length and breadth of the country, to be honest with you, we have so many female intellectuals, women with talent, but because we always try to push them at the back, yes, they always feel say yes, we get for support, we husband them. This is the time for us to actually create that avenue wherein, yes, we say to them, come on board, show yourself, show your talent, show what. A classical example is what you two are doing, Fatty and Sweet Bonita. To be honest with you, so to me, I'm really happy where Owen can take a step back tonight and decide for let it do now the reins of whatever I want to do. And I don't perform on a role to the best, the highest perfection. I know say a lot of the viewers, but they're looking at two beautiful women, then they interviewed two men, But that is good. To me, I feel say this is a time, and I'm glad, even though yes, we get all this problem, but I think say because of the proportionality of like this PR system where they want to impose on we, there is a quota for sure say each constituency or district forget a certain percentage of women where they represent them, and if none meets that target, it becomes null and void. That in itself shows say that is recognition right across the political spectrum. We want let women and come before, and we want to empower women them because they have so much talent. And they've got so much to deliver and give for them to develop Salon. Not so, I'm more concerned about Sierra Leone. We stagnate Sierra Leone. when you look at the index, we are far, far below. It's human resource, human capital development, you name it. In all aspects of research, when conduct, we are lagging behind. So, the woman then, and me don't see say the role of woman in the play, when you give woman a project for role, it actually gives you see results, tangible results. So yes, you people are very important, and we want you people on board. Come on board, ladies.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
Especially within the APC rank and file.
Thank you. I'll pass back over to Sweet Bonita to round up.
Honestly, I want to say thank you very much for our two wonderful guests for this update, because to be honest, I am also happy, but I want all the female that will want to stand in that position to wait for 2028. That will be my first campaign. 2028, yeah. The president of Sierra Leone is going to be a female. I am not
Inshallah.
The way the men are going to look at it, that's what we're going to have. And if it has to be an independent person, definitely. But we know that first female president of our country is coming from the mighty APC. So APC will not let us down. His Excellency Dr. Anes Bakroma will not let us down. So I'm appealing to every woman that wants to come for this right now. Just hold on. 2028, we're taking the whole chair, and then we find somebody to give the other one. That's how we start it. So that's just my only appeal, because that's my next campaign that I will start. 2028 is a female president of the Republic of Sierra Leone.
I definitely support that. Because
for now, but yeah, if you look at it, it's less than 5 months. Who are we going to come to just support at this 5? It's not going to work. Let's be honest with ourselves. We need to look and see. We make that plan for 2028. So whoever is coming will say they've won us as a female. And definitely 2028, I hope this two wonderful men will still be with us. And then I'll remind them and says, yes, we did say this on the 22nd of January 2023, that 2028 will have a female president. That's just all I would like to say. But again, I want to say thank you so much to Mr. Khalifa Kuroma and also Mr. Senesi for coming in this evening. I think we started, first of all, they talk about the picture that we have in McCainy, which was, again, they've told us it's some kind of very important. Again, it's not, because we should not really focus on that. What we are focusing on is State House come the 24th of June 2023. That's where we're going. So again, people are asking regarding EBK's, if it should be or should not be. Definitely, we've all agreed that without EBK, there's nothing that we can mention called APC, because he has been there for 10 years. Now, for the past 5 years that we are still in oppositions, he's the only man or one of the people that are paying. We saw the lower level elections. The 21-man committee, there is no money. They had to go back to him to say, we need your help. So these are things we are doing. But again, we talked about how people will be looking at the flag bearers that we have. It all says, let's come together and choose one person. Because us going back and forth, it's not going to help us. No. We're just dragging ourselves back. And again, I think this is going to be outside of the topic, but I want to appeal to all other elections that are remaining. We should remain as APC, not to try and contest. If we lose, I'm going for position. If I lose, I'm just going to back off. We move forward as a party. Where we need to be contesting or saying we need to go to court is when we go for general election. This is A to APC. All of us can be leaders. All of us can have executive position. And again, I'm sure our honorable Khalifa is here. You don't really see him, but anytime we need help, we go like, hey, Mr. Khalifa, what's happening? How is the constitution? What can we do? And then he advises us. These are people who are not even fighting for position because they know what they can offer, what they can give to us, even without being in power, even without having position. These are the sort of minds, or these are the sort of people within APC. Everybody's like, if it's not me, then nobody else. So, and you said you're working with people, you're with a political, it's not working. So honestly, I would like all of us, I don't want people to cut my head off, but if we can have people like Khalifa among us, not fighting for position, just being there at always. There is no time you will call him, he will not be there. We're in a meeting here, cool. It's like, yes, I will be there. I'll check my schedule, but definitely I will be there. And again, he is here today. So I want to say very wonderful. Thank you so much, Mr. Khalifa. And we know it's something you can't change. You are a very good person. It's something that you always continue. Either we go to Taratemne, we come from the APC, either from a women's wing, you are always there to advise us on the correct way. So thank you, thank you. And then to our chairman, Mr. Tusi, I want to say a wonderful thank you. Because again, we called you on that day, be like, yeah, I'm coming. So thank you so much. Thank you. My beautiful host. You are not a co-host, we are both hosting today. We've put Owen Castle on one side, telling him 2028, that's how it's going to take. So thank you so much, Fatia, for making this.
Women's power. Women's power. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank you.
Women's power.
And we have more behind the scene. We have Dr. Denke, Delwyn Chamos, and JS Momo. All the other comrades that I'm not able to remember your name, please forgive me. Oh, Arun Pape. He will chop my head off. But again, I really want to say thank you so much for this evening, and also to our guests, because one of the questions that I didn't ask was from one of the viewers, Mary Luke. She was saying we need to educate our voters. We need to educate them, because with everything we are doing, if they are not well educated, we will lose votes on that, because people will do the wrong thing. People will forget. So again, we should not be forgetting to also educate voters on what to do and what not to do. That is going to be very, very important. But I think I will start with Mr. Senesi to give us his final words before we call it a day. Fatia?
I just want to say thank you very much, Mr. Khalifa, Comrade Khalifa, for coming. Thank you so much. We're very much grateful. Chairman Senesi, you've been absolutely fabulous. Thank you as well. Short notice, I called you guys. Straight away, you were ready to jump in. Thank you very much. Sweet Bonita, you're absolutely fantastic, marvelous. Like it says, nobody like you, and definitely will vote for you 2028. And also behind the scene, thank you, Mo, for all your help. Darwin, Owankansu, and also all the viewers online, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube. Thank you so much for the questions. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We're very much grateful. Please, please, share the live. Yes, we've done it today, but you can still share it. People can still watch it. Thank you. We're here again next Sunday and every Sunday, 7 o'clock. Thank you all for participating. Thank you. I've got my husband watching me as well. I just want to say thank you. You came late, but nevertheless, you participate. Thank you, everybody. Thank you. Very much grateful. Thank you very much.
So, Mr. Senesi, you can give us your last word, and then we'll move to Khalifa Kurma, and then we just close for the evening.
Yeah, I can start from the comment you made. I don't want to be, let us not get any misconception about this. The voters, they know exactly what to do. Yes, people might be illiterate, but the basic knowledge of how they will actually express or express their franchise, people know. And it's just a question of us for let us reinforce the message to them that this is what it takes, or this is how things have been arranged. So to me, I just want to reassure every APCN, both abroad, here in the diaspora and back home, wherever you be, please, I just want this simple message. Let we believe in ourselves. Let we believe, say, if we all come together, at the 11th hour, we can able to defeat the SLPP. I 100% believe that. There are so many bottlenecks along the way. Let nobody no deceive we, and we will therefore encounter even more times as we approach closer to the date for the election. We'll therefore go through the nominations. We'll get flag bearer, and I go once, just like what Fabi said, the picture itself demonstrates what they call literally interpretation and the allegorical interpretation of the picture. Some people get hidden agenda. Then go superficially, then go say to you, everything is hunky dory fine. Yes, we work together. But these are the people who care for the watch we serve. We care for no left, no stone unturned. Each and every step. Because already 4 years ago, we already see examples of that. People then go come, they say this, when they turn them back, they are different. And what they do is completely different from what they say. So we care for monitor, we therefore make sure say every APCN will get to scrutinize everybody, and especially those who do not present themselves as the potential flag bearers. Because one of them get leaders. And when one out of the 15 win, what's about the other 14? What is their take? What is their contribution? How they were able to galvanize the people together? Let us all speak with one voice. And at the diaspora here, I hope all of us will come together. We had a very well, it's not an acrimonious, but well meeting over here this past week. We able to bring some of the problems them to the table. And one of the things that we have to say, like common consensus, whatever the outcome of these elections within the diaspora, especially you and I, will not go. Nobody know who take that move for say would a petition one anything. No, let's step away from that. Let's try to bring everybody at the table now and say this is the time. We don't the rancor and the wrangling only take place for a long time. Now let's regroup and let's try to make take a firm decision and unify and fight the SLP government for lower on 6 I always use this analogy. For fight somebody, we hold the sword. They try to pull the sword and the person in hand. Hold the fight. It's a difficult fight because I ain't hold the sword. How you go about? But take that sword in hand, volley the down. Involve strategy, shrewd thinking, unity. The moment we are divided, we don't lost the fight. So me, I believe say, let's regroup and the message that is sent to everyone. Let's put our differences aside. Let's regroup. Let's have one big idea. The ideology is idea. And the belief is we go for win is elected. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Mr. Khalifa, Comrade Khalifa, your last words?
Well, I want to give thanks and appreciation to all those who have actually tipped the scales. You know, and as Kuruma don't tip the scales, and the one them around them, it also used them for, you know, let them tip the scales. Where today don't make this oneness, they become, you know, clearly evident. But say we remain business. Without much ado, I also want to give thanks and appreciation to the organizers of this particular dialogue today, our program. I'm pretty sure to the listeners in and out of the United Kingdom, I want to thank them also for the patience we then get for listen. And we hope, say, in the not too distant future, we're going to meet again for make we will share with expertise in the best way possible. We're going to make the party always they become reassured of having the right thinking people, you know, for the trajectory where the party they take. I thank you very much.
Thank you. Okay. Sweet Bonita, we'll finally come to the end of the show. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. We really appreciate you. Thank you so much. We're now going to say good night and goodbye. APC business, not all man business. So let me just keep the faith. 2023, we're back in power.
Thank you. Thank you.
Say the way them be left the power to murder, not to say it. Plenty youth they smoke and go mad. Try they not to say be there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say be there. The way politics them spoil, we try they say not to say be there. The way my dad they fly plenty, the other part not to say be there. The way this mommy they talk, the other mommy not to say be there. The way them be left the power to murder, not to say there. But not to so be there, not to so be there.